because multiple fires have been seen on Lebanon's border with Israel. The United Nations Interim Force in Lebanon says that they are burning near minefields and that they're caused by fighting between the Israeli army and the Lebanese armed group Hezbollah. UN firefighters are at the scene. Israel's military says at least 7 soldiers have been killed. Al Jazeera's Zeina Khodr is in southern Lebanon monitoring this. So, Zeina, are these fires started deliberately as part of the fighting, or are they collateral damage of what's going on around this border area?
Well, Israeli strikes are being blamed for the wildfires that have been raging along several kilometers of the border with Israel. According to the United Nations Peacekeeping Force, the fires are now under control. But we've seen this in the past. This is not the first conflict or first war, if you like, between the Israeli army and Hezbollah. In previous rounds, the Israeli military, they target bushes, trees, cause fires so that Hezbollah has no place to hide, so that their fighters cannot approach the border, so that they cannot launch attacks from those areas or launch any possible incursions into northern Israel. So this is definitely a tactic, because what both sides have been trying to do is blind each other. About a few days ago, Hezbollah said that it has been destroying surveillance cameras along the border on Israeli military positions so that they cannot see, so the Israelis cannot see their movements along the border. And that's why we've seen Israel use drones. Drones are in the skies 24 hours a day. And really, that has made it quite difficult for Hezbollah to operate. It has suffered quite a number of casualties, nearly 50 in the past 3 weeks, because they are operating in open territory and because drones, surveillance drones, are in the sky. But in the past 24 hours, we haven't seen any Hezbollah attack, at least no claim of responsibility, which could be an indication that the group is reassessing and seeing why they are taking these casualties and may come up with a new strategy.
Zeina, the big question for Hezbollah is, and that has been the big question since pretty much October the 7th, is whether they decide to join a full-scale war against Israel. Now, they've been keeping their cards close to their chest when it comes to that question, but do we know anything more about Hezbollah's intentions?
Well, they say that they are ready for any possibility and that they are in the heart of the battle. But they also say we will not reveal what our next step will be, but it will depend on the events or the developments on the ground in Gaza. A top-ranking Hezbollah official has made it clear, for us, Gaza will not fall. Now, the question is when and for how long can Hamas sustain attacks against the Israeli army? Maybe then Hezbollah will decide, take its strategic considerations into considerations, its strategy. Because at the end of the day, launching a full-blown military conflict with the Israeli army, yes, it is a much stronger force than it was in 2006. According to the Hezbollah Secretary General Hassan Nasrallah, he boasts of a force of 100,000 fighters. He also says that he has precision-guided missiles that can hit anywhere in Israel. But Israel, too, is an advanced army. It has air superiority, and it can target areas where Hezbollah supporters live, putting pressure on the armed group. We saw that happen in 2006. And also, this is a country where, people are suffering because of an economic crisis. Many of these people have nowhere to go and even to rent homes. So the situation is a very difficult decision for Hezbollah, but it has said Gaza will not fall.
Zeina Khodr, thank you very much for your reporting and for all that context. That's Al Jazeera's Zeina Khodr reporting from the Lebanese side of the Israel-Lebanon border.